Okay, we are live on a very well. Every episode of The Word is special, isn't it? I guess.
Extra
Um,
special.
oh, today's okay. We're gonna call it extra special. We
This is
are
an after school special episode of the Word.
today's lesson. Don't ever. Oh, I actually saw something that was incredible today. Do you know what I did today? Rather than do work before practice, I watched car repossession videos on YouTube for like
That was
35
my first
minutes.
guess.
But the reason why the episode is special today, we've been experimenting with having guests join us. By the way, the name of the program is The Word. The Twitter handle is at The Word Podcast. By the way, Rich, did I get that right? I just typed it in. I'm assuming that's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay. The hashtag is
Seeing a lower third graphic straight out of the mid '90s.
yeah. I wanted to go old school. Actually, this wasn't intentional. This is the default Google Hangout lower third joint.
8-bit graphics.
Does it really look that? It does look from my end. By the way, it's reversed on my end, so I can't really see what it looks like for real. But that being said, a special episode here. We are joined by two friends of the program, two good friends of mine. We've got the outgoing President of the United States, Dave Fiore, and the former Secretary of State, Stephen Heinzaitis, joining us. And I'm gonna put it like this. Let's go ahead and bring these guys in here. We've got a lot to cover, but there's a lot of things that we need to cover that we didn't get to talk about in the green room. Okay, so we've got Dave and we've got Steve. You're live with us now. First things first. I already dealt with this earlier. Hinsey's trying to have a girlfriend, and I haven't met her yet. I feel like that's something. Why is that not a? That should be like a Southwest flight, like James meets the girlfriend flight deal. Because
The president just pushed her through. She got the.
That's an executive order.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
an executive order.
That's a new thing now. Okay.
Right.
Because I haven't met this Hinsey's girl, but then on top of that, now we've got the president, David Charles Marcus Fiore. You're what, 40 days out from a baby girl?
I think we're just under 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the nuptials. I'm still kicking myself that I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
I was too busy messing up my life in Miami. But that being said, you've got the baby coming. Very important. We didn't get to talk about this in the green room. I haven't gotten to have any input on baby names yet. So I wanted to just throw a couple your way. Okay.
I would love for you to throw a couple my way. They will not be considered, but
This has already been. No,
Right.
I just figured. Post after the fact.
yeah, sure.
Okay, you ready for it?
Maybe
Ready?
number 2. It'll be in the running for baby 2.
Okay, you ready for it? You
Yeah.
ready for it? Number 1, Charlesina. No,
Pass.
nothing on that. Okay. Number two, Marcusette. I just figured that would work. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, that's well. I can't say there won't be any more inside jokes, but let's do this.
Well, James, how about more importantly, in the future, you have to think about the first kid's security name.
Oh, you mean? Oh, you're right, because they do have code names. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, I'll go ahead and get started on that. I'm actually going to put that in the show notes. Okay, a lot to get to today. I thought let's just jump right into it. The name of the program is The Word Podcast. The hashtag is Sports News Stuff. The Twitter handle is at The Word Podcast, and I am now certain that I got that right. Let's jump right into it. Rich, I thought we were done with Deflategate. I thought you handled this. Now we're back in it. Am I going to have to go to court again?
I think you are going to have another court date, James. You're going to have to go. How is this thing still going? It's been a year and a half now, and we can't get rid of Deflategate. I don't understand what the deal is.
Here's something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, other than just pure befuddlement, if that's a proper conjugation of the word. I got nothing.
I've got we do have a part of the serendipity nature of this of our guests is we do have another New England Patriots fan joining us in David Charles Marcus Lewis Aberdeen Fiore. you and I, you're a little bit more committed to the Pats nation than I am. I kind of go back and forth. But at this point, is it something that you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, they're trying to stick it to us, and I use that very loosely, or do you feel like there's some kind of legal precedent that is trying to be established here? How do you view that?
This is exhausting. The fact that it's still going blows my mind, and I think it's gone above and beyond trying to reprimand Tom Brady. It's more of a league versus players association feud at this point. So it's to the point where we're over 12 months later. I would much rather, as much as it pains me to say this, just have Tom Brady serve the damn suspension, have Jimmy Garoppolo, Mr. GQ, come in for 4 games, and then we'll just put it all behind us. I mean, it's just, I'm so sick of hearing about it. So
you've come too far. You can't back down now.
Well, I mean, that there is that part of it too, but it's me personally, as a fan, I can't take another summer of this. I mean, it's going to be everything they talk about during the preseason, week 1. So, I mean, it's tough to just lay down, and I doubt that's what the Brady camp will do. But just as a fan, like, I think I speak for everybody who likes the NFL and even hates the Patriots by saying they're just sick of hearing about it.
Yeah, I was texting with an old roommate of mine who's a Patriots fan today, and he just said, I don't even have the energy to be upset at this point.
Yeah, if this was like a year ago, I would have gotten fired up when I got the update, but I saw it, I just like shrugged my shoulders and went back to work. I was like, fine, whatever.
Serve the suspension. Okay, see, that's something that I hadn't thought of, that there's the opportunity to just say, you know what, we're just going to take it. But do you really think that that's in the blood of the Patriots organization? I mean, they've survived other scandals, and this one previously. That doesn't seem like something that they're willing to do. I mean, maybe it's not even feasible.
That's not in Bob Kraft's DNA. It's not in Tom Brady's DNA. It's not going to happen. But I don't know if they can appeal this again. Like, I don't know what the legal they can. Yeah. So they will, and we'll hear about it for the next 6, 7, 8 months, and I'm sure there'll be another appeal if it gets overturned. At what point does it end, though? You know, like if the Patriots and Tom Brady win this, then what? Like,
if you just drag it out another 4 or 5 years, Brady can retire, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's the master plan. That's really what's going on here. Is they're just trying to delay another playoff run by this organization. Clearly,
Tom says he wants to play 10 more years, so it's going to be a lot of appeals in the process.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who retires first, Tom Brady or this case?
Ooh. I say Brady outlasts it. But that's, considering if he's going to go 10 more years, hey, shout out to him. Go ahead. How old is he? 32? No. 34? No, 37. How old is somebody tell me?
Tom Brady, he's like 39.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's pushing 40.
If you're the NFL, do you just bring in Bernard Pollard to be an assistant attorney on the case? Maybe just intimidate Brady?
Yeah, that'll do it. Maybe take out his ACL in the process.
So joining us in the studio, I guess you can't really say this is a studio though. Okay, and joining us in the it's a studio in the cloud.
We need a sponsored hotline.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on product placement?
Wait, bring that back up, Hins. I cut away from you there. Bring that back up.
Just some seltzer water.
Okay, I like it. Is that store brand? That's good. We can start with kind of the little guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
You drink straight seltzer water?
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
Got to get the system right, man.
Joining us in the studio, Dave Fiore, Stephen Heinzitis, Hinsey, Richard Bruce, McClellan, Abernathy, and myself. The name of the program is The Word Podcast, at The Word Podcast, hashtag sports news stuff. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm getting really good at rattling that off. I've been listening to a lot of sports radio lately. We're talking about Deflategate, the case that won't go away, that may go away at some point, but we'll see about that. You can also join us in the chat room by posting comments on the live broadcast. Okay, let's move on to something that I, when I sent out an email looking for guests a couple weeks ago, I had you guys in mind for this very reason. The idea of the beginning of the Major League Baseball season, something that always comes and kind of sneaks up on me is upon us. Well, no, we're what, 4 weeks in? Opening day was the 4th, so we're kind of like not even a month in, right? Or am I?
We're like 3.5 weeks in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before the season starts, and for those of us that are kind of maybe not aware of who are these people that are on the Google Hangout right now, of course, Richard Bruce and I started the Word back in college, and previously to this show, I was residing in the D.C. area with Dave and Hinsey, who we decided to bring on the program. So, of course, Washington Nationals and future Yankee star Bryce. I actually got that theory from you guys. I don't know, so you tell me.
That's until I got an email that they're going to take a collection plate at every game, and fans are going to throw $20 each just to try to buy him to get him to stay.
But if you're him, would you stay?
I mean, it depends, especially if, given what you guys said last weekend, how you're a Braves fan now, James. Those 9 home runs from Harper right now look awfully strong against the Braves' team hole of 3. So, if you want to think about making playoffs a lot, it's one thing to consider.
We're embracing small ball. It works for the Warriors. Why can't it work for the Braves?
Yeah, you try to turn this into a roast. Man, Hinsey came out here trying to fire. I didn't realize. Okay, I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt here. I don't have a bulletproof vest on. I'm not ready. Came out with we only have the Braves only have 3 team home runs.
3 home runs for the team. Yeah, struggling.
Excuse me. Okay, so but we'll get into Harper's future later. But let's talk about the comments made before the season that baseball's no fun. It's one of the things that I thought of when I was, again, emailing out and looking to see who wanted to come on the program. First of all, you guys are a lot more baseball versed than I am. 2 collegiate baseball players here. Dave, Appalachian State, Hinsey, Radford, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you're more versed in the game than I am. Where do those comments come from? Is it I'm on Sports Illustrated, I'm just having fun, I want to say something controversial, or is this guy trying to be a pioneer? What's going on here? I mean, you school the audience here.
For me, I think it's more of just a shift on where baseball is now. I mean, if you think back to the days of, even just Cal Ripken, where he played every game and it was more of a blue-collar type of environment. Now you have names, you have baseball elevating into this sort of superstar type category. And what I think Bryce Harper is trying to do is just pretty much embrace that new entertainment side of it. You have Goose Gossage from the Yankees who basically said that, his disrespectful, whatever, unwritten rules, baseball, basically your baseball purists will always say that there's no room for bat flips or showing anyone up. But, what they're really saying is they don't want this change of kind of the young guns of what can happen.
Well, Goose Gossage is the same guy who threw at his son's head in a father-son baseball game, so
Exactly.
I take his purest thoughts on things with a grain of salt or two. But, yeah, I think I know where Bryce is coming from because, the landscape is so different these days, and there's so many other products and entertainment avenues to take people's time that baseball games that take 4 hours to play just doesn't, there's no personality and everything's so corporate. I feel like that doesn't resonate with the younger fan, and the baseball audience keeps skewing older and older as the years go by.
And it's kind of a double standard. I was a pitcher, so of course I kind of side with them. But if you think about some of the best closers in the league, especially now or in the past, for example, Rodney out in Seattle, save, he's shooting an arrow. Soriano, when he was with the Nationals, he would untuck his shirt. All the celebrations. Think about a closer gets a big third strikeout, he's fist pumping. What's wrong with if I hit a bomb off of you, my bat is going to go 30 feet in the air. I'm going to watch it for a few seconds and then jog around. And as a leading power guy, David, the Mr. President Fiore, what are your thoughts on the whole bat flipping celebration?
Well, it's an awfully intimidating gesture to untuck your shirt after a big save.
Dave always hated that when Soriano did
Yeah.
that. I love it.
That's
That
why I
was
said
terrible.
it.
But no, I think it's a lost cause. I mean, it's a great movement, if you will, in theory, to make baseball fun again. But I think when you stack it up against the NFL and even to a certain degree the NBA, it's never going to be comparable in terms of the product on the field in terms of entertainment level. Um, I think you have the bat flips and you have all the other great stuff, but it's not going to be one of those things where it's going to draw the casual fan. I mean, going to a game is difficult enough, and sitting through 9 innings that takes, like Rich, like you said, 4 hours. I mean, I think the game last night for the Red Sox, although it went into extra innings, was like 4.5 hours, and it's exhausting, quite frankly, and to have to sit through that. So I don't think there's much to do in the game of baseball in the traditional rules to really draw in new fans, and I don't think if you try and copy what the NFL has done with entertainment and putting it on all these platforms, it's not an apples to apples comparison, if you will. So I don't think while it's a good idea, it's really going to have much of an impact on who's being drawn in and how entertaining it is and how easy it is to sit through a 9-inning game these days.
Well, let me pose this. Given how Harper's doing, let's take a step back. And what if he's not performing, or what if he's not the reigning MVP and he makes these same comments? Does he get lumped in with the Yasiel Puigs and the Carlos Gomez's, kind of those baseball punks, as you say, that have the bad attitude, the young guns that just don't really respect the game? Is his MVP and his stats and how he's playing overshadowing that?
I think a lot of the flack he catches is stemming from who he was when he was 16, 17 years old. And the stories you heard about him coming out of high school, and kind of who he was as being this punk prima donna before he was drafted. I've always been a fan of Bryce. I've enjoyed his hustle, watching him play the game. But watching these things live, I saw Bryce Harper hit a game-tying home run pinch hit yesterday. I saw that replay, didn't see it live. I probably would have had as much enthusiasm watching that play an hour after the fact as I would have in the moment. It's just like the game of baseball itself, I don't get jacked up for it unless, it's like the World Series or the playoffs or, September baseball when it's in the playoff hunt. Week 4 of the NFL, if a big play happens, the replay really doesn't do it justice as it would watching it live. So I feel like it's the exact opposite of what the two games bring to the casual fan and the TV value.
So with that being said, this is kind of an interesting angle. I like the way you're taking it, Dave. Is there a strategic direction for the sport? Because everybody wants to talk about, and I guess I can pose this to everybody, but everybody wants to talk about, yes, bringing in new fans. Everybody wants to reach the younger generation. We've already seen what the NFL has done in trying to reach the female fans and bringing them into the experience and bringing them into the marketing, obviously. But is there a strategic direction for baseball? Maybe this is already being explored as someone who doesn't follow the sport very much. Or go ahead.
Sorry, just off the top of my mind, I mean, I think probably one of the best things they can do is just hold the ship. I mean, look at the problems the NFL's having with injuries, with concussions, bunch of domestic abuse or whatever have you. As long as the MLB kind of stays out of the spotlight there, who knows what the NFL will become after they keep looking at all the injuries that come from it. Who's to know that maybe 10, 15 years down the road it's not flag football? I mean, you just never know what they might do with safety. But I just think if baseball, again, just kind of hones in a little bit like they're doing and just trying to make it a little bit easier to watch, they can probably wait out the storm, possibly.
See, we're getting all kinds of strategic inputs here. So okay, I like this. Charles is saying, okay, we're not going to be able to really compete with the NFL.
There's no way they're going to compete.
And Heinzitis is saying, because of that, because the NFL might be in a shift long term to kind of hold, and maybe it becomes an alternative kind of avenue. Now, I'll tell you what, we got a little bit of a brain trust here, people. Now, the only thing we're missing Rich, is an intern.
We're still working on the intern. Maybe Bryce can bring some of that ingenuity to the Word podcast during the off season.
Wow. Hey, wait, that's a great idea. Celebrity or athlete intern for the program. I'm bucket listing it. Okay, anyway, I cut you off, Rich.
Yeah, I think Bryce's bigger point is sort of about allowing personalities to grow a little bit more. It feels like, with whether it's the Yankees and their follicular their follicular restrictions, or whatever it may be. I mean, if you look at what made the NBA so successful, is they really moved to a star-driven league rather than a team-driven league. And it's a little different now. And I think if you went on the street and asked people to name 5 baseball players, I think Jeter would still be one of the 5, and the guy hadn't played in a while. So I think there is not that there are not stars out there, but they have a star problem as far as them being recognizable to the common sports fan who isn't necessarily a baseball fan. And I think part of Harper's point was, let us be ourselves, let us draw people in, let people, whether they're younger or older, in that 18 to 35 demographic, wherever they may be, let us try to bring these people in with how we are, rather than us being a bunch of corporate baseball playing robots that play 162 games a year. And I think he's kind of got a point. And even as a sports fan, baseball's slipped further and further down my list. Part of it's because I'm a Braves fan and they're beyond atrocious. That isn't helping the cause. But it's such a long season and the games are so long, and it's not the most action-packed sport, but it still does appeal to people and can appeal to people. But they need to kind of have some people that they want to root for and see succeed, rather than basing it purely on the on-field product.
Rich, I'm glad. Oh, sorry, go ahead, James.
No, by all means, go ahead, Charles.
I was gonna say, Rich, I'm glad you brought up the point about the Yankees facial hair. I was a big fan of the Oakland A's in their up-and-coming years with like Jason Giambi, Miguel Tejada, Tim Hudson. And a little part of me died when Jason Giambi went to the Yankees and he lost his goatee, his flowing locks. And I will go on record right now, April 25th, 2016, and say that those rules, if they're still in place when Bryce Harper becomes a free agent, is what prevents him from becoming a Yankee. He's not going to want to lose the beard. He's not going to lose. I think that's what's going to do it. They're going to have to change that around if they want him in pinstripes.
What about that sore subject of your boy Johnny Damon? That was a 100-0 shave off.
Yeah, that's true. But it did bring a World Series, so I'm good with it. Did we lose James?
I think we might have lost James. Wow,
So what happens now?
I don't pure anarchy and chaos.
No, we're looks like we're back on. My network connection is really bad. So we're good here.
Hey, get the IT guy on it.
Yeah. Hey, that's not me. What did I miss?
We were planning a hostile takeover of the show from you, so I'm glad you were gone for.
We actually just wrapped everything up, so we're good to go.
Oh, good show, everybody. We'll see you next week.
We solved baseball's problems.
Yeah, but it looks like actually the way to get around this is I'm just gonna go audio, and you can just see a talking logo for now until the connection gets better. Anyway,
breaking news here to the program, by the way.
What's that?
Charlotte Hornets, Game 4 victors over the Miami Heat, tied 2-2 going back to South Beach.
I like that. That's what I want to see more of on this show is we should do this show live. Rich, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this show live 24 hours a day. And we're just going to become ESPN.
What is this, Ed TV?
So we can have, so we can have the we can have breaking news like that. I like it. Okay, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and turn back on our graphics here. Did we wrap up on the MLB while I was gone? I'm sorry, I'm kind of just getting my bearings here again.
Yeah, I think we sort of went into some of what makes baseball unique and some potential reasons for Bryce's comments, and I think we're a little split, but I think we're all in favor that baseball needs to do, even if it's just a marginal tweak here or there to keep fans hanging around. It seemed to be that not everybody was of the opinion that Bryce was dead on target, but as long as he doesn't go to the Yankees, then I think we're all okay.
Rich, real quick, in or out on MLB Instant Replay?
It's so weird. I still don't really understand it.
I don't either.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's still bizarre to me. It's like while you're walking out or walking in, like sometimes you can call it, and other times you can't. But if it's like the third Wednesday of the lunar cycle, then it's okay.
Yeah.
I still don't. It's got to be better utilized in basketball replay. That much I'll say.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we transition out of baseball, into something else, I do want to just bring up a couple pop culture related items. I think that this panel is very well suited to deal with that. Has everybody seen? I keep talking about this in the program, but I'm very upset about this too. Has everybody seen the new Superman Batman thing? Can we talk? Has everybody?
You're
seen
still
it?
on this.
I'm still on it because I just can't believe I had to sit through that. Now, has the panel? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a quick thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
I'm putting a thumbs up, James, because I'm tired of you hating on all these movies, like Star Wars.
But The Force Awakens was all right. Don't even get me started, okay? That's a separate podcast we're gonna do. But hey, hold up, real quick though. One thing I will say though, okay? This is definitely one thing that I miss about living near you guys in the DC area. Can we get a shout out to Wonder Woman though? Who is that?
I give a thumbs up. Gal Gadot.
That's her name is Gal Gadot.
Gadot, something like that.
I have a feeling it's Gadot.
She was in all the Fast and Furious there in the tail end.
Oh, okay, because she did look kind of familiar. Okay, all right, so never mind.
Is it Fast and Furious?
Wait, say that again, Rich, sorry?
Is it Fast and Furious?
Yeah, exactly, it's like fungi. Funguses, sorry. Okay, so I thought we were gonna have a little bit more back and forth on that. No, Hinsey, you can't give it a thumbs up just because I didn't like it. Because
all I want is for you to go to a movie, just suspend your belief, and just enjoy the movie. I don't need you to critique.
You know what? I tried to do that. You know one of the times I tried to do that with you? Remember we tried to watch Gone Girl, and the whole time I'm sitting there like, what is going on in this movie? Like this, I couldn't tell if it was a big troll, and I actually still don't know, to be honest. I don't know what's going on in that movie.
So is this a Ben Affleck thing you have, or is it?
No, I love Ben Affleck. I just was confused. I was like, so is he in the show? Is he dumb, or in the movie? Is he dumb? Is he smart? Is she a genius? Is she just crazy? And I guess all I'm supposed to come away from that is that she's just a crazy person in that movie.
Pretty much. Yeah. She's smarter than he is and twisted.
She's a psychopath.
Okay. Well, I was expecting something a little bit more, I don't know, because they had me for a little bit. And then I just started getting mad and yelling at the movie. These guys had to watch it with me. Okay.
As I learned watching Reservoir Dogs, a psychopath is not a professional.
Yeah. See? Now, no, hold on a second. Now, real quick, going back to Hinsey's comment, okay? Yes, I didn't like Star Wars, but I didn't, not because it wasn't good. I'm just saying, can we go a little bit deeper? Can something...
You thought it was boring.
It was. There was one scene that I was like, oh, here we go. That's it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go on this forever, and I'm repeating myself. Let's transition here. The name of the program is The Word Podcast. At The Word Podcast is the Twitter handle. Oh, yeah, I guess you could tweet at us. I should probably have that window open somewhere.
Nah, keep that down.
Keep that down. And the hashtag is sports news stuff. Of course, feel free to join us in the Google Hangout. You can actually join and chat. That's how we keep it interactive. But let's move on to the most important matter of the evening, which is, well, we've covered a lot of important things. But one of those being, we're going to start having drafts on the program. Now, wait. Do I have clearance to go ahead with this, or do you guys want to touch on anything else before? Because this could get pretty heated here.
I want to touch on the Prince thing at some point, but that's
Oh.
more of a soapbox issue than maybe more than a discussion. But I don't know.
No, jump on, because one of the segments that we do have on this program is, of course, purely centered around Rich, which is kind of the way that most things in life should be, centered around.
Thank you for finally understanding.
And one of the segments we have is hashtag Give It a Minute, where Rich takes the sensationalist approach that the media has on everything and decompresses it wonderfully, like he always does. And why don't we just go ahead and let's just jump on that, because it sounds like you have something on your mind with the Prince passing away at 57 this week. Looks like it was a overdose related to painkillers, something of that sort. But what's your beef?
Yeah, my beef is not so much with the media, it's with the social media. And every other person or every third person that I follow or I'm friends with on Facebook or what have you was posting their RIP Prince and the whole deal. And it seems like it's like this every time anyone passes away. And in a vacuum, yes, it's great to express sentiment, and obviously it's a sad thing, and you never want to see anyone pass away, much less someone with a lot of talent who can bring meaning to other people's lives. I don't mean to trivialize that in any way. But it's like we all have this need to make ourselves part of the story and the remembrance, and that it's not like people are sharing any sort of insight or memory or, oh, I remember I went to this concert, or he's meaningful to me because of this. It's like they just want to be part of the moment, and they just want to be, oh, everybody else is I gotta be cool. I gotta show that I know what's hip and what's on the cutting edge and all that by thinking Prince was the greatest musician ever. And if that's really how you feel, and you really have actually have something to contribute to the conversation, I don't begrudge that at all. But I just feel like there's a lot of jumping on the public bandwagon of showing remorse and tweeting RIP, and that's sort of about as deep as it goes for a lot of people. It just bugs me a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm yelling at kids to get off my social media lawn, but it just kind of feels like people kind of take advantage of the moment to try to, gain followers or seem like they're down with what's going on.
I'm in on the RIP post if it's during election season, because whatever takes away from all the social media posts on Bernie Sanders feeling the burn, Hillary Clinton, or anything with Donald Trump.
Or just voting in general. If you vote and don't Instagram your I voted sticker,
you didn't vote.
Count?
Yeah. But no, I honestly, I'm indifferent on the post itself, but I really wasn't much of a Prince guy. Didn't know he was as big of an icon as he really was. So.
Well, that's part of what I'm questioning.
And so, yeah, people were coming out of the woodwork, and it was similar. Kind of goes hand in hand, I think, with when David Bowie passed away. I didn't know, that many people I knew, were big David Bowie fans. So I guess that, kind of goes along the lines of what you were saying, Rich. But yeah, it's nobody. I don't think anybody cares that I'm friends with whether or not I post, an RIP when somebody passes away. They don't want to hear that from me. They don't care. So, it's not something I'm ever going to bother to do.
One thing I want to add in here, Rich, where are you recording from? You look like you're in a studio. Look at. Let me put Rich on the cam. Look at this. Where are you?
I'm at the workplace. I'm hanging in a cubicle land.
The crib the spot is gangster, dude. And the video quality on you is all HD and stuff.
That's just how I roll, James.
Clearly, I'm getting the HD notification whenever you start talking over here on my screen.
Exactly what America needs is my mug in HD.
I think that is something that America not only needs, it's something that America wants. It's something that America deserves. Not the hero it deserves, but the one it needs right now. Did I get that line right, or did I switch them?
I think you got it right.
Okay, good. Okay, well, Rich Abernathy providing us with this week's edition of hashtag Give It a Minute. regarding the Prince RIP post. I couldn't agree more.
Could that have
dude.
ironically been a hot take, by the way, on the Give It a Minute segment?
No, that's definitely what that was. I mean, that you went for it. I love it. I mean, that's again, this is what America needs. Because first of all, I couldn't agree more. When I moved back home, I thought that I was off Facebook, but apparently I wasn't. One of the reasons why I kind of disabled my Facebook account, or attempted to, was to kind of get away from this like forced interaction with these world events that maybe they're important, maybe they mean something, but it's like, do I have to like constantly see it? I'm seeing on the news, it's on my phone, it's on the Facebook feed, it's on the Twitter feed, and
it's like people are trying to break the news to people. Like they want to be the one to tell their friend that so and so passed away. It's kind of what it feels like.
I think you're right, and I actually believe one of the things that I remember reading about with Facebook as it started to move off, obviously away from the college realm and into everybody being on it, was this idea of highly, personalized and localized news. The idea that like basically your neighborhood is going to be able to have its own like custom news feed, to use for lack of a better term, because now everybody picks and chooses the sources that they get that from, and that might just be their friends. It might just be the people that they know. And you're seeing the ability to curate that with, like, even on LinkedIn with like the influencers and Twitter lists, and of course, I guess they try to combat that with the way the feeds are populated now. It's not just in order; it's an algorithm. I know that term is overused. Like, what is an algorithm even? You know what? No. Charles works in technology, but so does a good friend of the program. I believe Steve Klein is watching. But can we stop using the term algorithm? Like, people just throw it out there like, well, no, the algorithm's all messed up. Well, I just don't agree with this algorithm. But so let me, I'm obviously breaking one of my rules there. But there's this idea of, like you said, Rich, it's not just sharing something that you feel. It's like you want to be the one to break it.
Yeah, it's like I feel like everybody in my feed's trying to be Chris Broussard and just take credit for something that other people post.
Ooh. Oh my God. Boy, out here. Okay. Shots fired.
I kid.
No, I like it. No. Hey, we don't pull punches on here. We're gonna tweet at him. Let's start picking fights. Or like one of those obnoxious social media people, right? Like tries to do anything to get likes. Okay, moving
That's
on.
the last thing I want to be.
Is Chris Broussard your boy, James?
Oh, absolutely not. No. Is he your boy?
No, he seems like your boy though.
Oh,
He's very much. He's your boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's not my boy.
James is a Woj guy.
Well, no, I'm not. Oh God, what is worse? No. Oh my goodness. No, I'm sorry.
James, I thought you told me one time that Broussard used to babysit you.
Okay. Wow. What in the hell? No. Sorry. I had to get that out. It's been inside for a while. Okay. So let's transition here. We've been talking it up for a few weeks now. We wanted to start doing it. We wanted to have. I put it on the description of the show, a real life draft. Not drafting athletes, not drafting picks or anything like that.
It's been done.
Yeah, it's kind of a cliche thing now. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna pick these people and do a mock draft. No, let's talk about things that actually matter. So, as an example, we did a draft in the house when I lived with our two guests, Dave and Charles. I'm sorry, Dave and Hinsey, of best or hottest commercial female actresses, which got pretty heated because there's a lot to choose from, and you want to make sure you make good picks. So we're going to extend that into for today's draft. Feel free to join us on Twitter at The Word Podcast, hashtag Sports New Stuff, hashtag Real Life Draft, and that is fast food fry players. So here's how this is going to work. Everybody gets 3 picks, and we're going to do this in reverse order. Okay, I want our guests to go first. All right, and then I'll go last in the first round.
You're such a good host.
Well, I figure it's the least I could do.
Are we going to hold it to just fries?
Yeah, and well, I mean, well, do you have another?
We gotta open it up. We gotta open it up.
Wow. So
I
this
agree.
is
Come one,
okay.
come all. Yep.
Okay.
Fast food items. How about
Fast
that?
food items. Oh my God! Now, dude, I'm like the Vikings that year they missed the pick. I'm completely unprepared now. Like,
Just pull up the Taco Bell menu. You'll be fine. Just go down the list.
wow. Okay, so then.
Singular items.
Okay, I like this but it's still good because we can only do 3 each. And
Are we snaking?
I think we decided last week that we wanted to do that, right, Rich? We wanted to do. Okay, so that means for those of you following along at home, that means that we're going to go through picks 1 through 4, and then pick 4 goes to start round 2. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to open up my little notepad app here to track this. Presumably, if we had an intern, this would go on the website. We got
to turn on an MS-DOS machine, have them take some notes.
That's what we need. And I'm having I just don't understand how we can't fill this position. It just blows my mind. Okay, so why don't we go alphabetical order for the guests? That means that we got that's Dave first, right? Last name.
Yep, that'd be me.
F comes before H. I'm just checking.
Last time I checked. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking for a friend.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm in the wrong window. Fast food items. Draft. This is huge. Round 1 with the first pick.
The first pick.
Dave Fiore
The
selects.
President Fiore picks the cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell.
Ooh.
With your the gordita crunch?
That's first pick worthy in my opinion. And everything
Did Anthony
else.
Bennett just get picked?
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
It was all over candy.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, but you were explaining the pick, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, it was an item that Taco Bell didn't even carry full time till like a handful of years ago. They introduced it when I was in high school. They would carry it for a limited time. I ate like 5 of them before I'd go play a baseball game. The thought of that now just gives me indigestion, but it's a go-to. It's what I get every time I go to Taco Bell. It's why I've continued to put on pounds year after year, but I can't stop them. I can't quit it.
Wow, that is a surprise pick. I wasn't expecting that. So just to recap, in the first pick of the fast food singular item draft, Dave Fiore has gone with the cheesy gordita crunch. Hinsey, you are on the board, and I feel like this is something that you could really excel in. You have a lot of fast food knowledge. You know what you like, but you're also willing to broaden your horizons. So I'm kind of curious to see what you go with here.
You see, this is where we're going to go off the script. We're not going to go with that Shaquille O'Neal #1 pick. We're going to go with something this is an item that has taken a life of its own. This thing has broadened itself out past a food item, and it became not only a house phenomenon, but it became a phenomenon with house mates.
You talking about our house or
our house, Dinwiddie, the first house, the White House, the Oval House.
I actually don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I'm curious to see where you're going with this.
I think I know.
With the first pick, we will have the president. He will explain the pick, but the Secretary of State chooses aggressive expansion. Now, for you at home, aggressive expansion are the little Cinnabon bite-sized snacks that Taco Bell has. Now, the Mr. President is going to explain where aggressive expansion comes from, how it took a life of its own, while James fixes himself.
No, I'm going to have to pass over to James as the creator. You're going to have to run with it. But for those of you at home, we are going to expand beyond Taco Bell, I hope, at some point.
So essentially, wow. I can't believe I'm even telling this story.
Yeah, I can't either.
Jesus. Okay. As we mentioned, the three of us lived together for, over a year. something like that. And of course, coming home, we live near Taco Bell, night out, couple drinks, get back to the house, go to Taco Bell, come back to the house, put on terrible TV. We've got the Cinnabon bites in the cut, and it's just Hinsey and Charles and myself.
It's a great story.
This isn't going to go.
I'm sorry.
Lots of detail.
Hinsey basically drops the bag of the Cinnabon bites on the table or whatever the hell that stupid thing was. What was that thing? It was like a wagon.
Formerly like some Mayflower cannon. If there were cannons on the Mayflower, that's what it was made out of.
That thing was, you stubbed your toe on that thing. You had to like take a day off of work. So this is like our living room table, and he drops it on the table very ominously while we're watching. Probably Pitch Perfect's probably what's on TV. And he just says, "Hey, yo, there's was it one left or two left? I think it was one.
I think there was one. And
Yeah,
there was-
he goes, hey, there's one left. Either one of y'all can have it."
I set up a death match.
So all I could think of was the scene in Dark Knight. Is that it? Yeah, Dark Knight, where the Joker captures who's the guy? Gamble's henchman. He tricks him, and he says, "We're gonna have this organization's gonna have tryouts, and we're having aggressive expansion." And I just threw that out there in the middle of. It's like the first thing that came to mind, because it was like he just put it in between the two of us. Like, oh yeah, there's one left. One of y'all can have that, and I just spouted off with the aggressive expansion, and which is what that snack came to be known as. I gotta fix my camera, don't I? I'm like, my chin is like cut off. Okay, so wow, that is a Cinnamon Bites from Taco Bell. Okay, all right. Everybody suffered through that story. I'm glad
This
we
is
got out.
Emmy-worthy TV right here.
This is what worthy? Emmy-worthy TV?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna submit ourselves. All right. That's pick number 2, Cinnamon Bites from Taco Bell. Rich, you have the third pick in the draft here, and the thing about, you got to understand, I already know where this is going. Rich is like the New England Patriots of mock drafts.
So you're trading down? Is he trading down?
I'm all about value, and every time I draft a wide receiver, it doesn't turn out well.
Oh gosh. Okay. He's gonna go. He knows how to find those Danny Woodheads, those Wes Welkers. I guess that's not a draft pick, but
Well, then we can just go ahead and draft, and then Rich will pick, things afterwards.
ooh, real life.
I was down to 2 players with this pick, but I feel like this pick can fit any scheme. Whether you're running a 3-4 or a 4-3, if you need a 3 technique or a 5 technique, this guy can rush the passer. Chick-fil-A sauce.
Whoa. Wait,
Whoa.
I want a flavor. Come on. Is that allowed? I want a flavor.
The Chick-fil-A sauce. That's the flavor.
Oh, that is okay. I thought you were just going with the sauce in general.
No, the Chick-fil-A sauce.
God, I tell you guys are all going off book. I feel like I'm just gonna draft like a running back from Alabama or
A
something.
Big Mac? Is that where you're going with?
Yeah.
I'll take French fries, please.
Well, wow. This, tell you
Diet
what,
Coke.
this is tough picking. Oh, knock it off. This is tough picking fourth after those picks.
If you don't pick Bojangles rice at least once, your dad's gonna kick you out.
Wilberforce.
Does Wilberforce, does he dial in? Does he log on? Does he check in on this?
On the show? No, my parents have the link, but I'm not sure if they tune in.
He texts me for
often they do.
updates.
But yeah, my dad, this dirty rice is really good. Like, yeah, Dad, we've known about that for a while. Okay.
Do I like dirty rice?
Do I like sushi? Okay, so I'm going to go with something that has some historical significance for me, actually related to my dad too, definitely. That I think is taken for granted now. It wasn't always around. I want it on my team because it doesn't let me down. It's going to be a solid 800-yard back, or can reach that year after year. Got a lot of good years left. I think it's something that really. Wow. Oh, I'm not even ready. Wow. Okay. I just got on the radio from downstairs about what my next pick will be after this. Okay, but with the fourth pick, I am going with Kentucky Fried Chicken, popcorn chicken. Put it on the board. That's all I got. Okay.
We had a third round grade on that over here in our draft headquarters, but
third round? Are you kidding? See, you talk about how to draft quality. Okay. Now we have passed round one. Well, you guys are really, the silence is really making me rethink that pick, but that's okay. I'm sticking with it.
No, if you put that pick with Rich's, you got a championship squad in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We figured that.
We might have to talk trade after the draft.
The thing you guys got to understand about Steven Hindsightis, am I pronouncing that right? Do you go by Hindsight is or Hindsightis?
Hindsight is.
Hindsight is 2020. That's the Twitter handle. This guy, I mean, you take a chicken finger, you take a sauce. I mean, that's it, right? I mean, that's you could survive on that for.
That was the John Madden breakdown.
When in doubt, tender up.
Yeah.
You take a chicken finger.
So you swipe right on tenders, is what you're saying.
You swipe right on tenders. Nugs, not drugs.
Nugs, not drugs. That's our educational message for the day. Okay. Okay, round two. So just to recap round one. Wow, this is going to take, well, it won't take a while. We only got 3 rounds. Dave Fiore going Cheesy Gordita Crunch with the number 1 pick. Hinsey with Cinnamon Bites from Taco Bell. Those are both 2 Taco Bell picks back to back. Rich with the Chick-fil-A sauce. Unorthodox, but that's how his organization does. That's why they've seen success. I went with the popcorn chicken. Already regretting it. Round 2, I will go first, followed by Rich, Hinsey, and then Dave. I am going to go, and you really, there's a southern bias here. We brought up Bojangles before.
Don't do it.
But you have to, and the fact that this did not get drafted in the first round is why I am a genius, because I knew that it was going to drop.
Don't do this to me.
And I had to go with the Cajun filet biscuit from Bojangles.
Oh, okay. You scared me.
Oh, you didn't go with that. Okay, I thought I was stealing a pick there.
No, I would have taken it if it were there coming back to me. I would have taken it.
Yeah, and that's why. I mean, I really had
very solid choice. Very solid choice. It's kind of like a right tackle.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, right? I mean,
right.
You could, but okay. So round 2, pick number 1. I'm going with the Cajun filet biscuit. Rich is up. Round 2, pick number 2.
All right. I addressed the line in round 1, so I feel we're going to go for some skill position players here in round 2. I'm going to stick with the same collegiate alma mater that you went to, James. The Bo-Berry biscuit.
Wow. I was really wondering if the dessert treats from Bojangles were going to end up getting picked soon. Some people really, really swear by it.
You really hope that they go after, the right desserts. I mean, let's be honest.
I was trying to keep a straight face, and you guys, I almost made it. Now,
teach.
And here's the thing, Boom. You go with the Bo-Berry biscuit. Oh, I can't. You gotta let me get through the bit. I can't. You guys are laughing, making me laugh. Oh my God.
You may not love the biscuits, but if you go, give it a try. You never. That's why they play the game.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the Bo-Berry biscuit, pick number 2. No, to be honest, I wasn't sure if that was how high that was going to go. Some people are so big on the desserts at Bojangles. I myself, it's not on the board for me. Not even a free agent pickup. If they're just giving it away.
Are you trying to make me quit the show tonight? Is that your goal? Is that your end game?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it was a big deal. I mean, you are a North Carolina guy, like myself. Obviously, I understand that is a sacred thing. It's just for me at Bojangles, I've just never been like, I want something sweet besides the tea. I've always just been. By the way, no, I was just thinking. Never mind. Sorry. In the D.C. area, Hinsey and Charles' closest Bojangles is at Union Station, which is a shame. But okay. So we got the Bowberry Biscuit, pick number 2 in round 2. Hinsey is up with in round number 2. Again, this is a guy that we know he knows his fast food game well. He has a solid repertoire. He's able to expand his horizons, like I mentioned in round 1. And as we saw with the pick, this organization is very progressive, always thinking ahead, not afraid to take risks. With the 3rd pick in the 2nd round, Hinsey, you are on the clock.
Okay, man, let me tell you, man, this next pick, man, this guy's good, man. They call this guy Control-Alt-Delete, because if there's a window open, he's closing it.
I'm trying to get through this.
No, but we're actually going to go with the sleeper. A lot of people have forgotten about this item. It's come back. It's gone off. It's come back. But the Rodeo Burger from Burger King. This is an item I like to build on myself whenever I can. If you throw me a menu with a hamburger and a lot of appetizers, I'm going to try to mix and match. But the Rodeo Burger is the way to go with my team right now.
Wow, I really like that pick. I had one a couple days ago after soccer. First time I'd had one. Didn't know what to expect. Very impressed. That's a solid pick. And I will say, I really, and Hinsey's organization, again, with fast food, proving that they're just willing to take chances. I mean, a lot of people would not take the Rodeo Burger in round 2. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't. He's a slow, short post player that wears goggles. But you know what? That heart shows. That's what my squad needs.
I'm a big fan of that pick. Okay, we're wrapping up round 2 of the fast food singular item draft. Dave Fiore has the next 2 picks, and I'll tell you what, this is a guy, he knows what he likes, he keeps it pretty simple, he's very consistent.
Tremendous agility.
I think, okay, you know what? I like this. We got to keep going with these real-life drafts because I forgot about how so much of ESPN's coverage is just talking about the draft months away. Okay, Dave Fiore has the next 2 picks, the 4th pick in round 2.
Yeah, so the Jeezy Gordita Crunch I feel like was my safe franchise quarterback pick, although you guys may not agree. With the 2nd pick that I'll have, I'm going after the late-breaking athlete who really only has a couple years of organized football experience but has tremendous upside. I'm going with the Cookout Milkshake.
Oh, my God. Ooh. He just the draft just got blown wide open.
I mean, yeah.
Blown wide open.
There you go.
Unbelievable. That you should hear it here in Madison Square Garden right now. People are going crazy. The Cookout Milkshake. I swear, just when you think you've seen it all. Wow. Dave Fiore comes out and blows the draft board wide open. There are interns and assistant GMs running around the green room. Nobody knows what to do with themselves right now. Unbelievable. Wow. Impressive pick. Dave Fiore as the first pick in round number 3. Now, I will say this, though. Going back to the Cookout Milkshake pick, and I want to pose this to the rest of the panel. Do we require him to go with a flavor there?
I can go with a flavor if we need to, for sure.
Is there a blockbuster? Now, let's just say for S's and G's, because I think the pick is valid. But I'm kind of curious. Do you have a blockbuster Cookout Milkshake flavor? I think I know where you're going to go with this, but I want to see.
Reese Cup.
I knew it. See, I knew it. Yeah.
Too predictable?
No. But it is that you can't lose with that. You can't lose with that.
See, I'm okay with giving him the whole genre because I stand by the fact if you draft a Plumlee or a Zeller, you should get all of them on your team at the same time. So I don't have an issue with this.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna say in italics. I'm sorry. Yeah, italics, Reese's, but okay, we'll give him the milkshakes. Okay, Dave, you have the first pick in round 3. The final round, you are on the clock.
Gonna have another Burger King item.
Wow.
Chicken fries.
You know what?
Ooh.
I tell you what, you talk about someone that everybody is after these days. Scouts love what they're seeing. I have not myself gotten a chance to check it out, on tape or, at a pro day, but I've heard really good things.
They're the Kristaps Porzingis of this draft.
Oh my goodness! Wow, I am just. I need to take a break here and actually go talk with my scouts because I'm completely at a loss right now. Okay. So Dave Fiore with the first pick in round 3 takes the chicken fries. That means Hinsey is up, and the world is waiting with bated breath because, like I said, this is the guy that knows his fast food, but he knows how to put together a good order. Go order at Wendy's with this guy, and he just knows how to manipulate that menu. Let's see what we got.
This is tough. We have a lot of scrambling going on behind the scenes, so I'm out on the mic buying time. First off, James, I can't stop looking at the attic like a young girl from The Grudge is going to pop through at any moment.
That is mad scary, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
oh my
it's
God.
been creeping me out. I've just been waiting for eyes to pop out of there for the past few minutes. We're still scrambling back in the green room. But you know what? We're stuck between 2 items, and we're going to go with this one item because, for me, it revolutionized the game lately. As you know, I'm a tender fan. But this item brings to fast food what I think is kind of the next level, and that is going to be the McDonald's mozzarella sticks. For the fact that, one, the quality's not quite there, but this is a building block. This is like the Jason Worth signing back in the day to show that the Nationals were ready to be a contender. The mozzarella sticks is just the foot in the door for all appetizers to now hit your fast food places, and that is a good thing to have.
I gotta say, I continue to be blown away by the intelligence, the acumen, the foresight that this panel has. Because number one, I had no idea McDonald's had mozzarella sticks.
I didn't either. His scouts are better than our scouts, James.
Clearly, someone's getting fired. But I love the fact that McDonald's has mozzarella sticks. Is there a better way to capture a broader McDonald's already is everywhere, but now they're trying to be like everywhere and serve breakfast all day and have like apps? I mean, like at this point, how do you compete with that? Mozzarella sticks? Now they have chicken wings at all McDonald's too? Are you in on those, Hinsey? Is that have you experimented?
I have not had the chicken wings yet. As long as they're boneless. We're not trying to get the fingers dirty.
No, they have wings with bones, but I think they do already.
Wings with bones. Okay.
They have regular traditional wings, and then let's come on. They have the traditional wings, but then they also I don't think they have tenders there though, don't they? Besides the chicken nuggets, they have like
the chicken selects.
Yeah.
Chicken selects. Oh my God.
And I would like to give a quick honorable mention and an apology to the 50-piece chicken nugget meal for not getting selected, because that has a lot of great memories with that.
We, for those of you keeping score at home, another fast food, legend from our time together in D.C. is, well, I wasn't even there. I was working. But these guys, was it 3 of you or 4 of you?
It was with Klein, our boy Klein.
So 3 of you went back-to-back and ordered 50 chicken nuggets at McDonald's.
Might I add, through the drive-thru in 3 individual cars, one after another.
Yes. So we had all these chicken nuggets in the house for weeks, and like it kind of became like a dare, because like the day after, it's like, oh no, they're still good. Just put them in the microwave. Good. And then like a week later, they're still around because there's 100 of them.
150 of them.
150.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like, well, these are a little bit tough, but you could still eat them. And then it just kind of eventually you just get like you get disgusted at the sight of a chicken nugget in the house. You start throwing them out in droves.
We had salt, pepper, and chicken wing shakers on the chicken nugget shakers on the tables.
Okay, so Hinsey picks in round 3 McDonald's mozzarella sticks. I like that pick, because it's kind of future. That's kind of what you're going for there. You're saying apps are going to be the thing. I swear this panel is good. Okay, Richard Bruce Ray Kroc Abernathy has the the third pick here in round 3.
All right, this is a tough one. We got 2 prospects I think could both be all pros, but I got to go with the In-N-Out Burger animal style.
Wow. We really did neglect the West Coast during this draft. We
got scouts all over the country.
Yeah.
We watch Pac-12 games. We stay up late.
We didn't give any, and no Hardee's or Carl's Jr. on here. If you're in the West Coast, that's the Carl's Jr. is the equivalent to Hardee's.
I wonder if Del Taco has little cinnamon roll things.
You know what? Yeah, I've actually never been to one of those. I need to go out west more. Okay, Rich, I'm bucket listing that. The word. Where's my bucket list notepad? Oh, there it is. There it is.
West Coast road trip.
West Coast. The word. Okay. Did I mute myself? What happened?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Oh, sorry. I think I muted myself. Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't think that was possible. I assumed if you muted yourself, we would still hear you.
Here we go. I used to get in trouble for that when I was on live TV all the time. Like, you have to stop laughing when you're off camera because it's going to blow out the speakers.
Yeah, what was your quote? My laugh is going to keep me out of show business?
Yeah. It was. It's just bad. It's bad for TV, as you can see on this program. Okay. All right. I'm rounding out the show. I have to do the last. This is unbelievable. Why did I do this? Now, like the pick that people remember. A lot of pressure. Well, I'm taking the pressure off myself. And I'm gonna go with something that's a little bit basic, but I am basic. I'm owning that. Okay, I'm owning that. Another game changer for me. This brought me back into fast food. I was out of the game for a minute. Moved into the place in Arlington with our 2 guests. Got back in the game. And I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I'm going with the Cool Ranch Locos Taco. I am not ashamed to order this. I know that it's been done. I know that it's almost old, but I want that player on my team. Okay, it's going to deliver when it matters. It's not going to disappoint. You know what you're getting. All right, I have to go with it. So let's recap the 3 rounds here. I'm looking at my draft. Okay, I'm okay with mine. Okay. Round 1, Dave picks the cheesy gordita crunch. Hinsey goes with the cinnamon bites from Taco Bell, also known as aggressive expansion. Rich goes with the Chick-fil-A sauce from Chick-fil-A. I went with popcorn chicken. Man, I wish I could have that one back. Round 2, I go with the Cajun filet biscuit from Bojangles. Rich goes with the Bowberry biscuits. It's a very interesting pick. I like that pick though because you know what? It's not risky, but it's just thinking outside the box. Hinsey goes with the Rodeo burger, which I just had the first one of those a couple days ago. Dave Fiore blew open the draft at Madison Square Garden with the Cookout milkshake. If asked to specify, he is going to say Reese's. Round 3, Dave Fiore goes with the chicken fries from Burger King. Another solid pick. Hinsey, McDonald's mozzarella sticks, drafting for the future. Again, some of us on the panel didn't even know that they had.
The matzo sticks don't make it out of minicamp. Mark my words. They don't make it out of minicamp. They're getting cut.
I feel like it's Caboclo, 2 years away from being 2 years away.
I feel like it's almost like an MLB team signing a QB that hoping one day they Michael Jordan it.
Wow. Okay.
It's a long point.
I don't know, man. McDonald's doesn't make very many mistakes, though, do they? Like if they're gonna develop a prospect, they've done like maybe even years of testing in like smaller markets and price points and just like what I like about the mozzarella sticks is that it is like kind of like a crack essentially, like that is that kind of that like people really can't say no to those things. So if they bring that into the McDonald's atmosphere, which they're trying to have that repeatability, that predictability for customers, I don't know, man. I think no, Dave is right. It's a risky play. Might not make it out of mini camp, but I like it. And that being said, we definitely need to cut up this part of the show and put it in the trailers or the preview for the channel, because the seriousness of this fast food discussion is gold.
Hinsey's team would make great Hard Knocks episodes, though. They would set up really nicely for that.
Yeah, because you have like the cinnamon. Oh God, the personalities. Okay, you have like the cinnamon bites from Taco Bell.
Going in the 4th round of your fantasy draft.
you have like the cinnamon bites from Taco Bell. That to me is like the like real like smooth like corner or wide receiver with like the personality and like the ladies man. And then you have like the Rodeo burgers, the grizzled veteran. Like, very like just knows the
Vince Wilfork. It's a Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
And then the mozzarella sticks can't find their locker. They're the rookie that thinks they're going to get cut, that you're hoping for at least makes the team.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So you had Hinsey with the McDonald's mozzarella sticks in round 3, Rich with the In-N-Out burger, animal style, in the 3rd pick in round 3, and I rounded out with the Cool Ranch Locos Taco. I am #basic. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. But wow. Okay. Well, this is good. This is the first time we've done the draft here with the panel, and I have to say I think it was very successful. Let's do this. Let's wrap up the program. I'm springing this on you, which means I'm also springing it on myself because I don't know what I'm going to say. But we'll start with our panel, or if Rich, if you want to go first, or if I think of something. So basically, anybody can go, is what I just said. I just basically just
free for all.
Yeah. I do that a lot when I'm practicing with my kids. I'm like, no, you do this. You go over there. No, you go. Okay, just do whatever. Just do something. Okay, thank you. Which is, why don't you, like the sports reporters, why don't we finish the show? If there's a burning issue that you feel like needs to be addressed, something that's on your mind, doesn't have to be a hot take, just something that you want to get off your chest, or something that you're excited about, or that you're paying attention to. I'm actually going to start.
So option 3. Not the panelists, not Rich, but yourself.
Unless.
Okay.
Does anybody? No. Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, the first rule on this show: there are no rules.
Yeah.
That's the first rule.
Yeah, and it's funny compared to when we did this show in college.
We're buttoned up.
Yeah, this is relatively organized. Rich and I would show up in the studio, and we did it Mike and Mike style. So we did the show in the control room, and we had no idea what we were going to talk about. We took live calls. Oh my goodness!
I literally just showed James YouTube videos until 30 seconds before we were going on air.
Yeah, and then that was the show. So we've really cleaned it up a little bit, as you can tell. I mean, we're basically just the most corporate YouTube-based podcast out there right now. So that being said, okay, no, I wanted to go first, but if somebody else has a hot take, by all means, go for it. I didn't want to monopolize that.
No, I mean, I'll touch on the Washington Capitals.
Ooh.
We talked a little hockey last episode, but I, up until about 48 hours ago, thought the Caps were going to just choke and blow it. But after having a day to think about it, now that they've advanced, the way they struggled in those last few games, they still dominated. I'm starting to really believe that this is the year they get over the hump. This is the year they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and this is the year they win the Cup.
Oh, ooh. Hot. Look.
A hot take on ice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm melting it.
Nice.
I'm melting it.
I just wow. I just got goosebumps there. Okay.
Now, Dave, to follow up on that, do you think there's going to be, I mean, the last time was in '98 that we saw the Penguins, Caps in the playoffs, at this stretch. Do you think there's going to be another hat trick night for both Ovi and Crosby again?
A hat trick night for both of them?
Yeah, I mean, that did happen back in '98. But do you think the Russian machine takes down the Canadian wuss?
Neither of them were in the league in '98. How'd that happen?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Wait, hold on.
You just meant in that series.
You just mean in the series?
Yeah. No. There was a game where they both had a hat trick.
Well,
It couldn't have been 98.
they were in middle school in '98, I think, so probably wasn't then.
Let me check this source
We
while
need
you
Tony. We need Tony Reale to tell us where we
Stat
went
boy.
so far.
Yeah,
Errors
yeah.
and omissions.
Need an
No,
intern.
whether it happened or it didn't with different players, I don't think Ovi does. I think they're too well-rounded of a team for them to rely on him the way they have in the past, even though he scores 45, 50 goals. I don't see it happening on that side. And Sidney Crosby, I just don't see him as, the scorer in volume that Ovi is. So I don't see it happening.
Sorry,
on
that
either
was
side.
2009, not '98. I don't know where I was thinking.
Okay. No, I don't see it happening. It's a team game.
Okay. Wow, I'm still have goosebumps from Dave's hot take on ice, as Rich said. Picking the Caps, which actually goes along with, I believe, our guest 2 weeks ago, Joe Slipera, predicted that the Caps are going to do better, if not take the cup this year. Did he say that, Rich, or did he just say they were going to advance?
I think he was hopeful. I think he, as a Caps fan, knew better than to predict such things, but he was optimistic.
Let's hope so. The DC area needs a parade. That's all we need, just one parade.
Let me ask you, the two DC guys, before we continue with the hot takes, what's the mood like there now that RG3 is gone?
Who
Nothing?
cares?
Nobody
Yeah,
cares? People over it?
You get nothing. You get nothing.
Like, we got to see what his house looked like when he put it up for sale. I mean, that was,
Oh, wow.
but
Um,
good for him going to Cleveland. I mean, zero expectations.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on the hot takes, President Dave Fiore predicting that the Caps will take the cup. I'm trying to go on the record with as many people as possible saying this. I'm a big soccer fan. It's my life's passion. One of them, I should say. Qualifying campaign starting back up. A little bit of a scare playing against Guatemala. Eventually advance to the next round. Okay, but I still think it is questionable, and I'm going to go on the record and say this. I hate to. I'm going to go on the record and say I do not think that this team will qualify for the 2018 World Cup Finals in Russia.
I don't even think. I don't think that's that bold.
You don't think? Okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it's bold. I mean,
Okay.
but it's not. That's certainly not. You said crazier things on this podcast.
So then, how much longer is Klinsmann going to be the coach?
It's funny. I was one of those people that when we first had a crack at him and we didn't get him, I was really upset. So when we got him the second time around after, I believe it was the 2010 World Cup, and they made the deal happen, I was really, really excited. And it's gone on to prove what I've learned in my coaching career as a fan while being a coach, but also in my personal coaching career, is that there's so many more things going on than just a coach. Mm-hmm. And particularly at the national team level, what I have realized, again, this is paralleling what I've seen with the national team, but also in my adventures in coaching, is there's this cultural shift that has to happen at so many levels to see success. So Klinsmann will end up taking the responsibility and maybe getting the axe at some point. And certainly if they don't qualify, that conversation gets moved up. But the real scary thing for me is that if they get rid of him or he resigns, what do you do then? And the real scary scenario for me there is that they go back and they get Bruce Arena. I actually think that that's who they would get. I really think that that's who they would go with. I think they would say, we need to have somebody who knows the game, that's coached here before, that has good relationships with players. I really think that that's where they go. They will not go and get like Sven-Goran Eriksson, who's a Swedish coach who coached the English national team. I think he now coaches Argentina, not Argentina, maybe even Chile or a South American country. But they're not going to go and do that because the cultural. I mean, that was the thing with Klinsmann. He's gotten himself in trouble by just bringing his perspective, which is, I think, the right perspective, but it's different from the way that we brought the game up here. I think that was one of the issues, is that he brought this different perspective to the game, and he butted heads with people. Obviously, the Landon Donovan thing is a great example. The Landon Donovan thing is a very commonplace occurrence in international soccer. You pick the players that you need to be the next generation. You don't stay on the nostalgia tip. And not that was Landon would have done well, I think. I'm not going to say he would have been a waste of a roster spot. That being said, but yeah, Dave, to your point, I think that if they don't qualify, he's out. But that's just the beginning for me, because who do they get? And that's just really scary. I mean, like, or you could have something where you end up with like Tab Ramos as the coach, who's like currently a technical assistant or an assistant coach. It's like, no, don't do that. Anyway, that's my take. Sorry I rambled on there.
I'm going to hop in real quick. My laptop's got about 2 minutes left of battery, so if I suddenly disappear, it's not because I don't like you guys. My quick sort of ending thought for the week. We talked a little baseball. Thinking towards the Hall of Fame. Let everybody in that should be in. That don't keep someone out because you think they took steroids, or even if they did. At this point, it's a museum. Put it on the plaque. There's guys that took steroids that are in the NFL Hall of Fame. It really doesn't matter to me as a fan of baseball. Bond should be in. Clemens should be in. Pete Rose should be in. Let's get people in let's base it on what happened inside the white lines. And that's what it should be about. But let's not grandstand about, character or any of that, because let's face it, if Ty Cobb could be in the Hall of Fame, any of these guys could be in the Hall of Fame. So that's my quick little closing soapbox rant. It's stupid that those guys are not in the Hall of Fame and might not ever get in. Put them in.
I second that. I completely agree.
Triple stamp.
Wow. Okay, we've got a consensus there for the baseball guys. Okay.
And I'll give one last hot take, piggybacking off of the MLB. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Cubs beat the Red Sox in the World Series 6 games.
And the world explodes.
Boy, I tell you, yeah, there's a lot of fairy dust just being blown around here. I like it. Wow, the Cubbies.
It's time, man.
They deserve it. As a Red Sox fan, that's probably the only team I would be okay losing to. They deserve it.
Ooh. Shout out to the Baltimore Orioles. Let's get your boy Klein out here.
They're the worst. Nope. No airtime for the Orioles. They're the worst.
Another hot take. They come in last in the division.
Oh, boy. Shout out to Stephen Klein, a good friend of the program, former roommate, maybe watching us live or on demand. Anyway, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, gentlemen, it's been a fantastic program. Thank you for coming on. Dave Fiore, Stephen, hindsight is 2020. Hinsey, I'm James Mundia, joined by my co-host Richard Bruce Moog Synthesizer Abernathy.
Grook.
I love it.
And we gotta get Mook on the
name?
show. You figured you're the guy that makes the sounds for all of the popular music now, just because you're behind everything, and that's the Moog synthesizer. We gotta get Mook, who is another friend of the program. We do need to get him on here. What are some topics that we would talk about with him though? Like
Kentucky bluegrass,
Yeah.
Bermuda.
He would have the Skip Bayless hate hour. So if you want to get some hating on.
John Deere, Cub Cadet.
Stop. Yo, Dave is going in.
What the hell do you mean, John Deere?
Big grass mower guy. Big
Oh my
grass
God.
mower.
Okay. Thank you everybody for watching. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out live and on demand Monday evenings. Is today Monday? Yes, it is. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to my co-host. Check us out at the Word Podcast. Oh, and look! It's my pleasure. I mean, you are the executive producer. You are the writer, the director.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
Wow, that's a lot. I like that. That's a big responsibility. Yeah. Is that Bette Midler, by the way? Yes, it is, right?
No.
Who sings that song?
Bette Midler.
Not Bette Midler.
It's Bette Midler. Look it up. I'm looking it up. No, I'm looking it up. Nobody look it up. I'm looking it up first. No, I swear it's Bette Midler. Wind beneath. Good. Yeah. Oh man, I tell you what. Yes, I was right. Now it's going to open up iTunes. I just want to Google.
Yes. The protege. The understudy.
Wind beneath my wings. Experience the divine. Yes, and of course Bette Midler from the unbelievable Seinfeld episode. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, that's 10 corrected.
Dude, the only reason why is because it was on. And she did that for that movie Beaches, and then I only know about that movie because of I Love the 80s on VH1. Boy, I've really just going full circle there. Okay.
Well, full circle would be inductees to the Hall of Fame with the Seinfeld would be get Keith Hernandez in there for that spitting episode.
Ooh, classic. One of the best episodes of TV ever. How do you top that? Like TV now, like why is it on?
There must have been a second spitter.
I mean,
on
that note.
Well, to all you second spitters out there, thank you for joining us. You can check us out on demand on YouTube and live Monday evenings. For Charles, David, Lewis, Aberdeen, Fiore, my co-host Richard Bruce Abernathy, Steve Heinzitis Hinsey, I'm James Mundia. Thank you for joining us. We are out.